Hi. Hey,
Hello.
ladies, we are back for another episode. Look at Miss Marcy sitting up with rosy cheeks. I love it. Hey, affirmers, we are back. We are back for another episode. And I just want to say thank you guys for supporting us as you do.
Yes.
Myself, Miss Clivia, Miss Marcy. We come here, we pour out, and you guys are listening. You're commenting. We're getting the comments, and I love it. So keep that up because we love knowing that what we are sharing, you're benefiting from. So before I go any further, let me introduce my host once again and every time. Miss Marcy from Marcy Moments. You can find her anywhere on the socials. She's also has Thursday Therapy podcast with Tyrese and another co-host, Kimberly.
Amy Tyler.
Yes. And so they drop all kinds of gems about mental health. And we know as a people, and if any other ethnicity is listening, just listen. We as a people, mental health has not been something we wanted to acknowledge. And the fact that Miss Marcy and her team are getting out there, dropping the gems, giving the information, I'm hugely appreciative of it because it reminds me of how my mental health is important. So Miss Marcy, thank you for what you guys do. And y'all follow her. Follow her on all the socials. Get into what she's doing. She has a Marcy moment just about every weekday morning. She comes on live on IG and gives her Marcy moments, giving honor to the ancestors. ... Listen to her. She has some wonderful things that she shares with us. So thank you for being here, Miss Marcy, and supporting this podcast. I am so appreciative. And last but not least, Miss Clivia, hashtag her chosen story. She has it all. She does a podcast. She has Spotify. She is a book editor. She has books out. She now has a new magazine that she's publishing. What you say? Yes, she has a new published magazine called Chosen. And I have been honored to be in it. Thank you so much. And of course, about my books, because y'all know I got 3 books out now. 3.
I heard so. He's a charm.
I am Karen Fairweather, also known as my brand name, the Affirmation Whisperer, and I am all about affirmations. You can follow me on all the socials. I do have a new book coming out called Go Be Great, 100 Affirmations for High School Graduates, because we are embarking on that season, aren't we? So you'll be hearing more about that. But today, our subject is all about what we all need to know. How can I stay healthy as I age?
Right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Kneecaps hurting right now.
Speaking of kneecaps, I got an ice pack on one of my knees right now, too. So.
Oh, my.
That's actually from a fracture that I had back mid last year that I didn't know I had. I thought I just had a sprain, muscles. Turned out it was a fracture, so on and so forth. But you know why that is? Because I didn't go to the doctor and get a checkup. But we're going to talk about these things we need to do.
Yes.
As we age, at any age, we were having a pre-show conversation about this, and we were commenting that not all, but some of the young ladies that we see nowadays that are in their 20s, they look a little older than us. And we are 2 times, 3 times their age. Why is that? Again, please hear me clearly. I didn't say every young person, but there are some that we see that it brings me to pause. I'm like, well, she don't.
What they say, she looked like Helda's house cat.
What Miss Marcy said.
Yeah, but so our editor in the background said stress, poor habits, sleeping, eating, and no rest. No sleeping and eating, and you got them staying up. It's true. So you got them staying up all night long. One thing I want to say is lack of morals. Because when you don't know how to treat people, you're always looking over your shoulder. And when you're always looking over your shoulder, that lack of rest, you can't how can you move forward when you're looking backwards?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's just one
Yeah.
thing, one of the many things that come to my
Many.
mind. But my first thing is lack of morals.
And I hear what you're saying, because when we lack making good moral decisions, and who am I to say what good is for you? But as a people, as a human being, you know what good is. There's an impact to you mentally, emotionally, and physically when we're making decisions that don't support kindness, that don't support peaceful decisions. That's right.
Yeah.
When you're not making decisions that allows you to be at peace with what you do,
Yeah.
it wears on the body. You can't get a good night's rest. I mean, where your body is asleep, where you don't even realize you fell asleep until you wake up, because your body, your mind, your spirit is all at rest, right? So,
and you can't stay sleeping on the couch.
good point, Miss Marcy. Good point. Now, let me also preface that we go through our stages where, because of our choices, we are having to sleep on the couch. But long term, our bodies can't sustain good health when we're not sleeping well, physically, mentally, or spiritually. Now, I also want to add, and then Miss Clivia, you were about to say something I want to give space for, is that my daughter, when she was younger, she wanted to do things that she saw older girls doing or other girls doing. And I'm big on age appropriateness. She was not allowed to get her nails polished until she was a certain age. She was not allowed to get her hair straightened or relaxed until she was a certain age. I just felt like if you do everything between the age of 10 to 15, what you gonna do after 15? You got to up the ante that you aren't even ready for. But because you've done everything so early, you're bored. So you start to do things that mentally and emotionally and even physically you're not ready for, but you're diving in with both feet because you've already done. Now you might say, well, that wasn't my choice to let me do what I did. You're right. You're absolutely right. But now that you got some common sense, it is possible to dial it back some, right? Miss Cliffy, what were you going to share about this?
I mean, now two things, but the first thing I was going to say, growing up in Brooklyn, especially having convenience stores, corner stores, it was easy, especially back in the 90s. I mean, you can get quarter water, we used to call it, for a quarter, right? Then we had chips, that was 25 cents. Then you had 5 cents candy. So it was convenient for us to eat junk food. Mommy wasn't getting fruit. Although she may have gotten fruits, they were on the table, but we wanted what was quick. We're catching the bus, let's go to the corner store. School is done, I want a snack. Then you talk about communities, right? So if you go to, again, growing up in New York, I'm pretty sure our producer know where Park Slope is. Park Slope, you would find more Caucasians and maybe Asians. So they would have a different type of convenience store. They would have the fruits in the front. We didn't have that. So it also goes with poor eating habits. And because that's what mommy gave me, that's what I ended up really liking. So throughout my teenage years and even into my 20s, it was convenient for me to get these things versus loving fruits, right? So it's up to us to change that cycle of, okay, yes, the convenience store is there, but that's not going to be where we would get our dinner, or unless, again, it's according to the situation, but that's what we had, the convenience of getting junk food over, and you just mentioned in regards to really slowing down what your daughter was able to do. And for me, I am guilty of that, where, because I'm always doing my nails. Zara's now 10. So I'd be like, come, let me paint your nails, right? But now she wants to do the edges. Now she wants longer braids. Now she wants not just nail polish, but she wants nails. And I'm like, pump your brakes. Like you just said too. If you're doing all of this now, what you going to do when you're 13, 14, 15, 18? Right. You're going to already have that experience, wanting to even wear certain clothes. So the fact that a lot of our young people are trying to grow up so fast, they don't know what healthy living is. And my friend came out here the other day and she took Zaria to Ulta Beauty. She's getting, and I had to take her the next day because my friend wasn't paying attention. She got collagen serum. all these things. And I'm like, honey, what are you doing? Do you even know what that's for? And we went right back to the store and I said, please, can we get a refund? You know, so it's trying to grow up so fast, and social media has a part to play. They're not showing them how to live a healthy life. They're showing them how to live a sexual life, you know, a speedy life. So that has a lot to do with it.
It does. And I can't, and we don't, it's not a bash to young people session, because we were young at a time too, right? These children are on TikTok with skincare regimens at the age of 2. Hello. And this goes back to what we allow our kids to be exposed to.
Those two, exactly.
I'm not judging whoever is doing that, because I'm sure they have their reasons, but also for those who are watching it, what impact does that have on them? So some other little 2-year-old, because you know, little kids, they are born with these phones in their hands. So they know how to navigate these phones better than we do, right? So going on TikTok, Instagram, it's like every day for them. That's just what they know how to do. They learn it really quickly. So for them to have a device while mama's in the grocery store shopping, they're watching TikTok. They're watching this, that, and the third. But as I began to say, this is not a bash young people. This is literally about making choices at whatever age you are to stay healthy in your mind, stay healthy in your body, stay healthy in your spirit, because all three age as you age. Now, you can age gracefully or you can age differently, right?
Right.
To be I the age I am, the age the calendar says I am, I don't feel it. And there was a time, because of me taking care of myself, well, actually at the beginning, I wasn't taking care of myself, but I still didn't know what my age was. I literally did not know how old I was. I knew I was older than 45, but I didn't know anything more than that, because I wasn't paying attention to the calendar. I was paying attention to me. I know how I felt. I knew if my decisions were not being very, very healthy because I couldn't sleep at night, paying attention to what I was watching on TV. Now, I'm guilty of this too, of going to sleep with the TV on. Last night, I had an experience, and I knew it was because of the TV being on. I was having a dream of me just battling, fighting, battling, just battling. I could feel my body internally just struggling. And I opened my eyes, and there was a fight going on the TV.
And so, this morning when you woke up, you were tired.
I'm getting there, Miss Marcy. I changed the channel. I just flipped it real fast just to get it off there, because I wanted to go back to sleep really fast, but not paying attention. Why did I just turn the TV off? I was asleep. I gotta have the noise. I gotta have that ambient noise going on. That's my excuse. So I turned it to a different channel. And then I was being attacked in my sleep, because I was being attacked in my sleep because what was on the TV, this woman was being attacked. So I woke up. I said, just turn the TV off, Dodo Head. I turned the TV off. But because of that physical and mental struggle in both, I don't know if there were minutes apart or a lot of minutes apart. I don't know the time that each incident happened, but I know it was because I was allowing that to go into my subconscious that was causing me to mentally be in a fight with somebody. I was wore out this morning when I woke up. I had an 8 o'clock interview this morning that I almost was late for because I was so tired when I got up. All because I wouldn't just shut the TV off, and more so out of habit. Nothing wrong with falling asleep with the TV on, but put it on a timer, Karen, so it'll go off and you can get that deep sleep that you need. So at the age I am, I know I don't look my age. I'm 61. I had to think about it for a second. I'm 61, and I know I don't look what society says 61 should look like. I know I don't. And I know it's because I had a slower life. My mom did not play. We didn't even go to the roller rink at that time. You know, back in the day, they had the roller rinks where you went skating. We didn't even go. You ain't going. No. We're gonna wait till the weekend. I'll take you during the day. And who wants to go during the day? We want to go at night where all the happy
everybody.
My mom said that's exactly why you're not going.
We used to go at 12 o'clock on Saturdays.
Now, did I not like it when I was young? No, I didn't. But I appreciate my mom pumping the brakes, as you said, Clivia, because it really it set me up for the rest of my life, making better decisions. Because there was a time I went out partying a lot, but it was short lived. In my 20s, maybe a few years, during my college time for a few years. But after that, I don't know the last time I've been in a club. And no shame to those that do, but do you have to go every weekend, 3 times a weekend?
Yeah.
Because go ahead.
And with that, that's another sign of loneliness. But that's a whole nother show. We gonna write that down. That's a whole
write that down.
Show.
Write that down. Yes, write that down, please.
But the health. How can we stay healthy at this age, or the age I am now? I know what mental health is always, but affirmations, and a lot of times we don't even think of it. Are you taking your vitamins? Are you drinking your water?
Right.
Once again, are you being kind to people? Are you exercising a little bit? Do you go out the house? Because I know since COVID, a lot of us have been like, the introverts was like, this is the perfect time. And a lot of us will stay in the house.
Yeah.
Get some natural vitamin D.
Yeah.
Especially us of this pretty brown skin, we need to be outside. We need to be connecting with the earth.
Absolutely.
We need that direct sunlight.
Absolutely.
Now put your sunscreen on. Let's not get it twisted, because the UV rays.
That's another thing.
Something different. So don't put your sunscreen on, but still go out and absorb that sun, that natural sunlight, the sun. Those are just a few things. To keep us. How do we stay healthy at the age?
And before we get to these tips, which I have a few I want to share, Miss Marcy and Miss Clivia, I'm going to do it first. Share some of your spiritual, mental, or physical practices that you do to maintain your health or to achieve better health. For me, it absolutely is getting outside, walking. I haven't been able to do it lately because of this knee, but it's going to be all right. It's going to get together. I've been speaking to my knee every day. Get right, because we got things to do. I get outside and I get fresh air. Especially when I'm stressed, going outside and letting that sun hit my face does wonders for me of de-stressing. So getting outside to get fresh air and making sure that I'm getting sunlight. It's spring now, so the sun is coming out a lot more often here in the ATL area. So that's a couple of my tips. I want you guys to share what either mental, physical, or spiritual practice that you have to either achieve or maintain good health right now.
Yeah, I think for me, definitely, even if it's 15 minutes walking, where I live, there was a little bridge that was a shortcut to walk by. We have a beautiful river and it was blocked off. So now it makes my walk a little longer, which I don't mind. And I'm like, you know what? If I have to do this extended walk every day, the weekends are a little harder, I'll do that. Right. Yeah. You talk about seeing your results and not enough vitamin D. Why? Maybe winter, I wasn't walking as much. Yeah. So now getting that natural sun, taking those vitamins, making sure I'm hydrated, right? So even staying up on my annual physical, having those blood work done once a year to say, okay, this is what I need. Even if we think like, I thought I was drinking enough water and apparently I wasn't, right? So now I was drinking water. So staying hydrated, walking at least 15 to 30 minutes daily. I would say normally for me, it works before I start my day. And really dancing. Dancing was something that has always been part of my life since I was 7. I don't do it as much as I would like to now, but just doing something silly, right? Just maybe twisting while I'm sitting at work. Or there's this new treadmill. It's so neat. Right at the desk where I was able, this was at my previous job, the desk was able to elevate. So I would stand up and I would actually walk during the day and I wasn't tired. And people would see me. There was a joke where one time I took my son to school and someone was like, "That's your sister?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I was just feeling myself. People thought I was his older sister. And I'm like, well, that was good. I felt good about that. But really staying active, drinking water, and eating greens, eating the right type of food, I believe also helps me look and feel good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Miss Marcy.
So everybody knows I'm a belly dancer. So
Yes.
definitely dancing. Like I said, vitamins. I have to drink more water because I am guilty of it. So I also just started juicing.
Mm.
So now I am drinking more, drinking my fruit. Just today I did, or yesterday I did carrots, apple, and a bell pepper.
Mm-hmm.
I threw
Mm.
some ginger in there. Um,
Nice.
Spiritually, just understanding that I know I'm kept by God, but faith without works is dead. So
Amen.
don't
Right.
try to don't try to lose 10 pounds and eat a whole pound of bacon and 6 bagels, because guess what? And then pray that this don't, no, it's not going to work. And like I said, affirmations, mentally I need to be stable, because that gives me that push to go.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because I know when you're depressed, you're not going to do anything. You're going to stay in the house. You're going to be withdrawn. You're going to either eat too much. You're not going to eat enough.
Yeah.
Enough. So mentally, so there's, what is it? Is it like 10 different phases that keep you mentally balanced? So mental, but it all, when it all comes together, when you have those things that are balanced.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that gives you, and guess what, some days I'm not going to exercise 2 or 3 times a week, but
Mhm.
I'm gonna eat even more healthy. I'm more conscious about what I eat.
Yeah.
And then some days I want that German chocolate cake, but guess what, I'm gonna add another day to my exercise. So
Yeah.
have some balance, and
Mm-hmm.
always that prayer life,
Yes.
prayer life
Yes.
is the
I want to
most.
add one more thing
Yeah.
when
Okay.
you finish.
We need to get to my list, y'all. Y'all give him my list away. Don't give my list away. Hold
Well,
on. Y'all give him my
I
list
don't know if
away.
this is on the
Go
list,
ahead. Go
but this
ahead. Go
one
ahead.
is for the grown folks. Being sexually active is a
Yes.
great way to stay healthy and to stay young. So don't
Yeah.
take it lightly. If you have the opportunity, not just the opportunity, but if you have the access to that, take advantage of it. Stay
Yeah.
healthy, y'all.
It plays a part. It does, especially
Taking
in the
applications.
especially for the both sexes, women. As a woman, I know that sexual activity is part of good health because you're
Yes,
releasing. It's important to release. I'll just leave it there. Let me get to this list. Let me get to this
got
list. So these are some tips for staying healthy as I age. These are some really good tips. I want you to take these down. These will be in the show notes, so I'm not going to read them in their entirety, but I want to share them with our audience so you too will be aware. Staying actively. That means, as Miss Marcy mentioned, getting some good exercise. No matter if it's dancing, if it's yoga, if it's stretching, if it's running, whatever it is, use that because it also adds to your ability to stay mobile, to maintain your strength. And guess what else? Bone density. Bone
Mhm.
density. So your strength training, bone density. Nourish your
you.
body, as Miss Marcy, as Miss Clivia both said about eating good food, eating your fruits, your vegetables, your lean proteins,
Yeah.
because and healthy fats because it supports energy and overall health. So these
Right.
things really do add to your overall. Prioritize your mental health.
Mm-hmm.
Practice mindfulness, manage stress through relaxation techniques,
Yes.
breathing, listening to some good music, and your mind, and keep your mind engaged with new
With new
challenges.
challenges.
Don't go
That's good.
stale. New
Yeah,
challenge.
that's good.
Get regular checkups. Like I say, if I'd have gone to the doctor, I'd have known my knee was fractured. But no, stay on top of your health screenings and checkups
That's
to
right.
address potential health concerns early.
Early.
Early,
Yeah.
right? And
Prevention is
then
better than cure.
hydrate. Drink water. We both have said that. All three of us have said about water. Hydrate your body,
Hmm.
improve skin elasticity so you ain't got nothing sagging around.
That's right.
Okay. Maintain overall function.
Because we gonna be looking like our kids' older sister. Yeah.
Ow.
Rest and recover. Rest and recover. Ensure adequate sleep and give your body time to recover from daily activities to maintain mental clarity and physical energy. All right, y'all. So those tips, they'll be
Yes,
in the
ma'am.
show notes. Um, our producer over here blowing the chat up, y'all, and I'm trying not to lose it over here with laughter. But thank you, thank you for that. So this show, y'all, is all about us staying healthy at whatever age, and
Yes.
we're not trying to single out anybody, because even we, our generation, we have work to do. We all have work to do to improve how we age, and it's not about being the most beautiful. It's
Yeah.
being the beautiful you, the beautiful you, what you, the best version of you look like. What does that look like? Healthy skin, healthy eyes, healthy hair. Your bones are not brittle. They're strong. You're standing up straight. You're not crooked over. You're not exhausted at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, because you're nourishing your body well so that you can get through the day. I know about it. When I eat junk to start out my day, yeah, I'm going good. By 1 o'clock, I can't do nothing but go to sleep, because that sugar has burned
Yeah.
up and I'm burnt out.
Yeah.
So, but when I get some good food in me, I can start out the day and it sustains me for the day. So, with that, we're going to get to these affirmations and scriptures, y'all, because we want to make sure that we are closing out the way we normally do. My affirmation for this topic is: each day I take mindful actions to nurture my body, mind, and spirit, embracing the strength and wisdom that I try to use a lot that comes with age.
Every day, I nourish my body with love, movement, and care. My mind is clear, my body is strong, and my spirit is vibrant.
Yes.
Yeah. I am capable of nurturing my body and mind with love and care.
Yes.
And our scripture: I embrace the beauty of aging, for it is a crown of glory gained through wisdom. Proverbs 16, verse 31. Beautiful.
Yes, I love that
Yes.
scripture.
Yeah.
That was beautiful. Thank you, ladies,
Yes.
for sharing your tips, your thoughts on this subject. There's so much more we can say. However, we're going to leave you with this. Be sure that you always treat yourself as you are a priority. You are first. So act like it. First in your
Yes.
life in every way. Health health series loading. So my counterpart just said we got a health series loading. So that's
right.
coming, apparently.
As
That's
we
on
should.
the list. A health series, which is it's in order. Summer is coming, right? And we
Yeah.
want, like, people are starting to talk about summer bodies. I want to talk about lifetime bodies. How about that?
Exactly.
Not just summer, but a lifetime body.
Make it a
So
lifestyle.
exactly. Practices to maintain you to live 90 or 100 and looking like you're 20, 30 years younger. That's living right there. You were still able to walk 2, 3, 4 miles at 85 years old. That's living right there. That's what I'm talking about. That when it comes your time, that you're not living to die. You are living to live. And when that time comes, you just fall asleep. There's no suffering because you're not taking all kinds of medications and you're not sick.
Right.
You just fall asleep, and that's it. That's what I'm talking about. And when my day comes many, many, many years from now, I just want to close my eyes and that's it. I don't want to be suffering because I put the wrong stuff in my body, because I stress myself out. That's enough of this subject, because I'm getting ready to get revved up again. So with that being said, y'all, thank you so much for listening. We appreciate you. And as always, make sure that you follow us. Email us if you have any questions at the email that will come across the screen. And make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe, comment, like, and share. Please do that, because we are looking forward to sharing this message with anybody and everybody who's interested. Until next time, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.